Hello everyone, welcome to Trident Tarot by Devanshu Kashyap. I present you a pick a card reading for your career in the coming year 2023. However, if you happen to see this video at the end of 2023 or maybe the end of forthcoming years and still you feel drawn to this video, this will still be relevant for you. So I will be presenting three piles, out of which you need to select one. You can also use the sound that will be played for the pile selection process, whatever you feel comfortable with. And in case you don't feel an attraction towards pile through their pictures or through the sound, you can make chits and write 1, 2, and 3 on them. Shuffle them and pick one of the chits, and whatever number comes up would be the pile for you. So let us begin with the reading. The pile selection cards have been chosen from Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. So you may be drawn to one pile, two piles, or maybe all the three piles. Go with your intuition. And uh, this is the Clairvoyant section of pile selection where you can look at the pile and select them. And now we move to the segment where there will be sound for each of the piles, which you may choose to make a selection. Sound for pile 1, Purity. Sound for pile 2, Abundance. Mm, mm, oh, oh. Sound for pile 3, Blessings. Ha 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 ha. La 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 la. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So, the overall message that I get for you is like, there will be a lot of order in your life this time in the coming year. What you have gone through in the past is a lot of disorder, a lot of lack of clarity, or something which was not very fulfilling, and there was a lot of things were scattered and incomplete. I think in the previous year what you were doing is you were jotting down things from various angles, just to complete the big picture. You were busy assembling various parts of the jigsaw puzzle, and this year is the time to put them into place. So this let us begin with the reading. So your year begins with a lot of clarity. You are starting something new, and you are very clear about it. You have a very perfect plan for how you have to proceed, where you have to go, what you have to do. You have accepted the realities of life, that things are not as we imagine. Sometimes we imagine things to be like, in our fantasy world, that it is like this and that, but now you know the practical reality of things. So you are well equipped at this point of time with all your experiences, and you're starting the new year with a lot of order, with a lot of strength, and a lot of relaxation. So most of the time of the year you won't feel any anxiety or disturbance when things are not at place, because now you know how to put things in order. Life supports you, and you walk in support with life. You now understand that how the flow of life goes, how the life works, right? So I mean, when we say that, when we are not in flow with life, we mean that we are expecting things to turn differently. We are trying to change things which are not in our control. So now you are in control because of the clarity you have achieved at this point of time. So I see you getting into a place, where there is a you can say disorder or a crisis kind of situation, but this is nothing to worry about. It is manageable by you. There will be a lot of disorder, maybe a lot of arguments, conflicts, competition, but you are a very strong person now. You know how to control things. You will be able to put everything into order. It appears to be that your life purpose is, bringing harmony amidst disharmony. So wherever you'll go, there will be harmony. The disturbance which used to disturb you previously is not going to disturb you now. You'll be able to discern people properly, their strength and weaknesses. You'll be able to do their SWOT analysis. Like SWOT is a it's a term in which every person whom you're working with in the team, you know their strengths and weaknesses, and accordingly you are able to leverage them to the best of the effort. So now you have that skill. From disorder, you are taking people towards infinite potential, and you are able to achieve the goals that you have set in mind. Also, one thing I would like to tell you is that you are the average of 5 people around you. So be very, very, very careful about the company that you keep. And it's not about external company, it's about something internal within you as well. You need to choose positive thoughts and be in that positive frame of mind. You can make a vision board, or you can um, write something positive, or practice, like doing gratitude every day. So it's very, very important for you to be in positivity, so that your mission, your life lesson to bring harmony wherever there is disharmony is not tampered. However, you are very strong, but be mindful about staying positive all the time, and being surrounded by positive people. Emotional healing and recovering from the experiences of past, maybe past lives, is a continuous process. That is something you need to understand. It's not like, when you're starting something new with a lot of happiness, it doesn't mean that your past is completely deleted. It kind of eliminates in installments, you can say. It eliminates in chunks based upon your tolerance level at a particular point of time. And that, it depends upon your soul evolution as well. So you I think you are aware of this completion that you are going through, the overcoming of the past thing that you are going through, overcoming the difficulties of the past. I mean, so you might get some flashbacks, or you might be feeling at the beginning of the year somewhere that you have already overcome something and now everything is fine. But those triggers are going to come somehow, and you will feel as if you have relapsed. But that is not relapse. I mean, do not succumb to these feelings. Do not get pressurized by these feelings, or don't get disheartened that you have relapsed to the old state now, you're no longer resilient or something. Just be with them, just observe them and clear them off, because you are, I think, at the final stages of your completion. The residue of healing, the shadow work, or the dark energies that you were facing in the past. When I say dark energies, I'm not referring to ghosts, or like the dark entities, but something which requires healing, something that you need to release out of your life. I see 5.55 while saying this thing. So that will be the last step of it. You need to be very patient and ignore the negative thoughts. As like, if I connect the dots to the previous reading where I said that keep only positive thoughts in mind, you need to be positive that this too shall pass. It will be a very small phase. Do not get trapped into it, because there might be a tendency to get into this negative cycle again if you entertain these negative thoughts. But most probably, there is a 99% chance that you won't. Just let that thing go, because you are reinventing yourself. Your emotions are like, being reprogrammed. You will reach to a higher level of happiness. So this is one point of time, and this will occur in the middle of the year around. When I say middle of the year, so specifically I'm getting May, June. You might feel these things around at that point of time, but this will be a very minor thing. It won't affect your other spheres of life. Your career will go fine, but this thing, like, it will be a parallel, some aspect of your life in which this disturbance is existing. So you'll be able to manage it, and it won't affect other spheres of your life. So this is one thing you need to be mindful of. As we spoke earlier, your year begins with starting something new. Maybe it's a new job or something, when we spoke that you have assembled all the jigsaw puzzles and you are completing the big picture. So in this, the process which is continuing, I think you have at this point identified that where you belong to. You have identified your consumer group, or maybe if you are in some organization, you have been switched into the right kind of project or responsibilities which match you, and they are working very well for you. So after a period, where you were making this harmonious things harmonious, some talents, something has been scouted by someone, and he has identified some abilities or talents in you, and he's allotting you the right kind of project work. Or maybe uh, if you're doing an independent business, you know what your consumer group is. So this is a time, where everything gets settled. So your passion and everything, your passion towards work gets onto a very higher and refined level. It becomes very narrowed down and focused, and you know now what you have to do, right? So out of all the possible options which you were trying in the past, now most of them, which don't work for you, or which you realize are not meant for you, are getting eliminated. And there is also a possibility, I think, for travels, possibly overseas travel, that might come to you at this point of time. So now, coming to the last months of your year, I think the efforts that you have been putting since the beginning of the year, or maybe through the previous years, I get that, even before this year, you have been, you have laid down many projects, or you can say you have laid down many things which kind of, in their initial or beginning stage. So now all of them are accumulating and generating a lot of, viewership. For example, if you have an Instagram accounts of various channels, like, you're making on music, on tarot, on poetry, so you might have started them the previous year. So now your content is being noticed, and you're getting a lot of likes, a lot of followers. Also, if you have some sources of income which grow with time, so I think they are accumulating a lot of wealth here. If you're into stocks, shares, or businesses, these kind of investment schemes, I think your shares or whatever investments you have made, they are thriving. You're getting a very higher rate of interest. So it's a the things which require patience, like creating a YouTube channel or Instagram channel. So you have been persistent with all that, right? So uh, your fruits are getting all the rewards. You're getting audience, you're getting likes, followers, and maybe some, some business proposals might come to you at this point of time. So the end of the year is a very, very right time for you. And when we go to the end of the year, like November or December, um, you're shining. I mean, you're quite famous. Your talents are recognized and rewarded, and there is a lot of specifically, if I say, there is a lot of abundance of money coming your way. And you're getting a lot of support, especially I think from the opposite sex. If you're a male, I think it is coming from females. And if you're a female, it is coming from then too it's coming from female. I mean, it's not opposite sex, it's like you're being supported by women. It could be a woman, like, who is going to give you a very big opportunity which will make you shine. There is a possibility of some celebration coming around the corner by the end of the year. Maybe you are being honored and rewarded in a very big public function, or there could be chances of marriage which results in family, like your increase in your property. I think that alliances, bringing you a lot of money, or your money which was kind of, kind of unstable throughout your life, you are getting stability here. But irrespective of whether you get married or not, I mean, thus you are getting the rewards of your patience and the efforts that you have been put through your past. The only thing is that you have learned the lesson of patience by the end of the, this year. The current year is 2022. So before, this reading, the year for which this reading is, prior to that year, you have learned many lessons, like, you accept the realities of life, you have become very patient and resilient, and like all these things. So it's the time to reap the rewards. So marriage has no link with stability, but I mean stability, orderliness, that is the overall theme of the year for you. So it's a very good year, I can see. I mean, there is problems are very minor. I mean, you just need to be mindful of not overreacting to the relapses that might happen. As such, we don't see any major issues or problems. It's a very smooth year, so enjoy the ride of this year and celebrate the best time of your life. Thank you for watching this video, and please do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. I'm also available for paid readings. Please do message me through the email address that is provided in my profile section, and we shall take it from there. Thank you very much. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If I were to caption your life in the coming new year, it would be understanding the flavor of existence and living with the values of independence. This year is here to teach you about what is it like being independent, what is the true flavor of independence, and when you are staying independently, how you have to live, how you have to manage things, how things are different from being dependent on, say, your parents or codependent on someone versus doing everything all by yourself, managing everything by yourself. So the first part of the year is there to teach you. When I say the first part of the year, I'm talking about January and February, right? So as I say, next part of the year, next part of the year, you can increment 2 months, relative to what was previously discussed. So the first part of the year is there to teach you that not everything that comes to you, is for you. If many things are coming to you at a very fast pace, you need to keep yourself in a space of patience, in a space of, a calm and stable state of mind, so as to understand that what is coming to you and whether you need it or not. You should have the capability to decide that, um, whatever I need is only something, like the thing that is coming to me and what I am. So, is it in alignment with my values? Is it what I really want to do in the longer run of life? Right. So, that is what the first part of the year is teaching you, that not everything that comes to you is what you have to do, but you need to decide that what amongst the multiple things coming to you is good for you or beneficial for you in the longer run. It could be that only one is suitable. It could be very well that all are suitable for you. It could be that none are suitable for you. So it's about, not trying to rush into things and, trying to be someone, who is like a master of multiple arts. No, it's not like that. Right. So the thing with life is that, you need to pick one or two things or maybe four things, you can say, and dig deep into them and implement them in your life. You cannot do everything. You might have talents in, proportionate amounts, but it doesn't mean that you have to invest your energy into everything. For example, if you're a singer, right, so it does not mean that you can do all types of singing, all types of music. There are certain genres of music which you can do, and there are certain kind of music, which align with your personality, which you really enjoy singing. So if you like devotional songs, for example, you won't enjoy singing filmy songs or, item songs or rap songs. So whatever comes to you, you need to be you need to have that decision power, that what is it that I need. I'm not saying that if you sing devotional songs, you can't sing the other types of songs. You can sing them, but do they really feel good to you? Like when you think of singing different genre of songs, how do you feel in your body? Do you feel disgusted? Do you feel like, oh, I have to compromise, to do this thing so that I can excel in my career? No, that is not the case. You have to choose things which is in alignment with your values. So this is what your first part of the year will tell you. The next part of the year, which is March, April, presumably somewhere around the corner, this is there to teach you that your emotional fulfillment is not the same as the society's emotional fulfillment. Society might be expecting you to do something, but what you actually want to do should be what you really want to do from within. If you are into mainstream professions like you're a doctor or you're an engineer, but from within you want to be something else, you want to be an artist. So that like you need to have a vision to be an artist. Like you need to decide within yourself, like why am I being an engineer? When, like, is it just to shut other people's down? Is it just to um, get more reputation in society? Like, you might have competitive feelings around various like, people who are there in your colony or maybe in your society or school, that I see I'm an engineer now, I'm in a very better position as compared to you. So what is it like, emotionally you're driven by, putting someone down, and you're taking an option as a, for a very critical thing as career. But actually you might not like it that much. Your drive to choose a particular thing is, like, you have to show others down. But what you really like is doing art. And maybe when you do art, so other people kind of mock you, or maybe they don't like you, these kind of things you might be facing inside. So this is, what this part of you will be teaching you, that you need to do things which you truly like, to fulfill yourself and your family and your loved ones, but not, just doing something that is mainstream to shut other people's down, or like doing things out of fear or competition, or just to comply, just to fit in the society that we are living in. So like various options, or maybe various thoughts inside you will come, where, which you need to review one by one, that what you should actually do in the longer run. And making correct choice at this point of time will be very beneficial for you for the rest of your life. I'm not saying that you won't get this opportunity again, but I mean, these things come in cycles, and these cycles are kind of year long. Like, you'll get that opportunity again after some years. So why not make the best use of it now? So be, like, spend some time of your day within, these months, to review every thought and your long term objectives, that is it really something that you want to do or not. So the next part of the year, maybe it won't be like month specific, but parallelly, I think these things will be coming to you. So if I connect the dots to what we discussed previously, like there is a thing in society, like, we tend to be in a group of popular people, and like, we do things for them, and we kind of get a good feeling about yourself. So like, it's being like, it's being like a sparrow in a cage, right? Who is being pampered, nourished, because that sparrow is obeying the orders of the one who has adopted it, or the one who is that sparrow's master. But since this, the theme of this year is to teach you independence, I think you will be going into experiences and realizations this year, that being one self, like having one's own identity, and showing yourself to the world according to how you are, rather than being a part of somebody's group, and like copying and complying with their values, and then living the values, because you are being pampered by them. They're pampering you because they need you for support, uh, for their support. And I think the kind of support that you are with, the kind of people that whom you're following, they are not kind of good. So it is time to change your company. It is time to not get into, like, do not be in the traps of people who kind of flatter you to get things done by themselves. Because praising someone is also kind of a technique, to get things done from someone. Some person might praise you so that you don't feel independent, so that they can get their work done from you, and they're praising you in return a lot. So in a way, like, when someone praises us excessively, we kind of get trapped by them. We find it very difficult to exit out of the influence of such people. So this is something, you'll be experiencing shifts in this regard, in this part of the year, maybe throughout the year. And you will be definitely making steps to come out of influence of such people, speaking to them of your reality, and becoming, like, indifferent, uh, 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 indifferent regarding the effect, the actions of these people, which the action of these people which is created on you. You will no longer be feeling pressure to do something from them because they are influencing you negatively or through praises. You'll understand that this is all fake pampering. You'll be able to stand with your voice, and you'll become very indifferent to praises and everything. Whatever those people speak to you, it won't make any difference to you. You will learn independence. I mean, this is one of the very crucial part of your year. Overcoming the negative influence. I mean, not negative, but overcoming the malicious influence of things around you. That is what you are going to learn in this part of the year. And begun by saying that you're in the company of people who are making you do things. No, that is not possible. It could be the influences of many people. For example, when you're in a engineering class, for example. So there is a relative grading system. It's called CGPA. So the person with the highest rank gets 10 or 9 pointers, and the other people scoring less marks get grade relative to the topper. So they might be pampering you so that they kind of might be distracting you to not focus on your studies, but focus on other fun related activities, so that you're not able to perform well. They can take advantage of you not scoring well in your exams because you are intelligent, you're very good at something, but your focus is trying to be shifted away from that, so that others can take advantage of that. So that is something you'll come to realize, and you'll be in your fullest power. You will do what you want to do without caring about what other people are doing. If they're wasting their time, they're having fun and all, and you don't like doing that, you don't want to fit into that, but you want to focus on your profession, so you will be able to do. So overall, you will be learning this time how to overcome the the malicious influence that people create around you. Also, when we come to the other part of the year, so do not do something which doesn't feel right to you. I see many people, they come with these offers, business offers, that we are starting these businesses. You join us, your life will be simplified. You won't have to work hard, the way you're working right now. Life will become very easy. And so do not get carried away by these offers, because they are kind of potential scams. I mean, these businesses, the recent scam, I have come across is this British Petroleum scam, in which they've started up a fake website. They're using all the graphics of British Petroleum and saying you have to invest in virtual oil and sell it. But I contacted this British Petroleum site, and that those people told me that it is a scam. Like they're not doing any virtual oil scheme. So these things might like quick getting quick rich schemes, something which is deflecting you from your path. If we connect the dots to the previous things that we discussed, so I think this is also one of the things in which there are temptations coming on your way, that there are easy success schemes in life. Definitely you need to avoid them, because see things, I'm not saying that you should not resort to methods which are into easy accumulation of money, but there is something known as ethics. Before you get into something, make an effort to do background check about them, what those people are claiming. Do sufficient research, and go to their websites, or you can put queries on various consumer forums like mouthshut.com or quora.com, and try to discern the genuinity of whatever some kind of offers that are coming to you, which are kind of which put you in a very stagnant state. You want to do them, but a part of you says no, I don't want to do them. So that uh, when this thing happens, mostly the chances are towards not doing it. You may do it to learn from experience that these things are not good, but do authentic do some authenticity check of the things, these kind of things that are coming to you. The other message this year is trying to tell you is to be patient. So when we invest our efforts into various things, the results do not have to be instantaneous. They come after a long time. So my suggestion to you will be, whatever you are doing, continue doing that, but do not get frustrated by it. If you're starting an Instagram channel, do not get frustrated by the fact that you're not getting likes, views, or something. Keep learning about these platforms, like which tags to use, how these platforms operate and everything. Keep learning about them, keep putting your content, but do not worry about the results. Do not get demotivated by the fact that no one is observing what you're doing. Even if you're getting like 2 to 3 likes on your compositions, you are making a difference in other people's life. So it's very important to practice gratitude, even for like one like comment or one share that you get. That is enough of an achievement. You're doing enough, you're doing a wonderful job. But this time, this year is there to teach you patience. And like we discussed previously, there are quick rich and success getting schemes that might be coming on your way. So that is something you need to avoid, and focus on patience instead. Focus on hard work, dedicated hard work, no matter how big or small your steps are. But be consistent, be persistent with that, and do not get frustrated. Overall, avoid comparing yourself to others. Do not get illusioned by the success which other people portray, because they are just telling you the tip of the iceberg. They're not telling you about the struggles they have gone through, because maybe it makes them look less glamorous or less admirable. Whatever you are doing, trust me, like your reading says, that is how the life goes. That is the optimal flow of life, and I think they're happening wonderfully for you, really wonderfully. So always have that feeling inside you that everything that you're doing is right, it is sufficient, it is going as the way it should be. But do not tend to compare yourself with others and get disheartened. So like is if it could be about growing your like Instagram channel, or maybe your education, right? You're studying and you kind of feel like nothing is working. You might juggle with thoughts that, am I really made for it? So when you feel like that, recall the time when you were passionately attracted towards these, the pursuits of passion which you are currently practicing. Do not give up. Be slow. I mean, you don't have to rush into things. Take every topic slowly. Study like at a very slow and steady pace. You have a lot of time. You have enough time. But do not compare yourself with others, because our journeys are different. Our journeys are different, and especially we nowadays there is so much of this marketing, this social media marketing happening about various things in life, that it's all driven by lack mentality. Whether it is about, it could be anything, whether it's about learning software engineering, getting into product based companies, growing your YouTube channel, writing books, etc. Everyone has different views, and they trigger you through their lack mentality. Like they make you feel insufficient, so that they convince you that you need their courses. You don't have to do everything like that. I mean, just do what you are doing. Do not get succumbed by lack mentality. Do not get into trap by the marketing traps which are laid down by the current trends that are there on the internet. Just feel throughout the year. Try to focus on the thought that whatever you are doing is the best and optimal, and put dedicated efforts to that, and you will definitely make your mark. So whatever we discuss, these are all like the lessons of independence. So when we are learning independent existence in our lives, this is one of the interim phase that comes in everybody's life. You are going through that, and you will make through it. So I hope this video guides you that where you have to, how you have to manage your thoughts, direct your emotions and efforts towards relevant things versus the things that are not relevant. And if you'll keep all these pointers in mind that have been discussed in reading, all might be valid for you, or maybe some of them will be valid for you, right? But if you journal them, make a note of them, your journey through the next year would be easy, because this is an interim phase in which you are learning independence. Thank you very much for listening to the reading. Thank you for watching this video, and please do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. I'm also available for paid readings. Please do message me through the email address that is provided in my profile section, and we shall take it from there. Thank you very much. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If I were to caption your year, what I'm getting is that, I see various kinds of people here. I see people who are in very big positions, like they are managing a business, or maybe they are in a managerial position at their work. What this year is there to teach you is to take in chargeship of what your subordinates are doing. It is this year is about taking, doing auditing of your subordinates if there are some employees under you, you are taking in chargeship and checking what is being done, what they are doing. You're checking their work. Or if you're a person who has like you have set up like multiple pursuits of your profession, you have multiple professions, and you have been doing it from quite a while. I think it is a time to do some auditing or some revision of what you have already done in past. This year is about revision for you people, and is also about checking and auditing things. Suppose you have set up a website, so you are checking things like how what thing is going on. You are checking security loopholes in your system, like what are the loopholes in the business empire that you have set up, in the websites you have set up, right? If you are doing some technical business, you are kind of observing that how like the technologies or something, how they have advanced till the present moment, and how you are upgrading something which you have previously created. If you're a student, I think you are checking that like how you can revise your notes. Maybe you are appearing for some exam which requires you to utilize the knowledge of previous year or maybe years. So you are going through your notes, you're revising your notes, you are kind of organizing them in a way so that like everything is you remember everything coherently, and you are able to give the exam properly in a way that you remember everything that you have learned in the past. So this is the general theme that is going on in this year. So now let us begin with the reading. So what we see in this pile is that this is a very ambitious pile. The person is ambitious, the person is very rich, he's on a very high position, or he has a business empire, he's an entrepreneur. I mean, that is the energy that this pile is having. So the thing is that the business which has been done, I mean, it wasn't properly planned initially. There are a lot of process loopholes. So the initial part of here is bringing those loopholes in front of you. And those loopholes are like some missing steps in the business life cycle that need to be followed. And also that some, like there are certain structures in the business which the employees or the collaborators or shareholders are using in a very corrupt way. So something is being exposed in the initial part of the year. So this is something very important, which will eventually lead to like fixing them, your efforts to fixing them. But there will be a lot of, I'm really sorry to say, but there will be plenty of shocks that how carelessly the things were done, because the motive when the business was started was merely towards expansion and like money, but the foundation factors were completely ignored in whatever you are trying to accomplish in your business. If I talk of other spheres of life, see, you can compare it with others. Like you're a student who is studying for a very huge competitive exam, which requires preparation across years. So there also you will come to know, like there were some loopholes in your preparation. They will come forth, and you might feel that you have forgotten what you studied. So this would be the time to like stop preparing further and reviewing what you have already done and fixing what you have forgotten, like optimizing your notes maybe, or maybe like not joining certain classes which you were relying upon, changing your teachers, or there is definitely there is something being exposed. Loopholes being exposed is the theme of the initial part of the year. So as a first step towards remediation of the mistakes that have been done, you will be letting go of certain methodologies or people in your business which were not actually supposed or meant to be there. So what you will do right now is that you will be reviewing every offers or ideas, or maybe the collaborations or employees that you're receiving. Maybe you will optimize your interviewing techniques. Maybe you will try to optimize your you know the methodologies of doing collaborations. Like it will be very kind of focused on the fact that the collaborations or something are not coming with corrupt intentions. They are not scamful maybe, or they are not with loopholes, or they are not something very careless. You'll be doing a strict check on these things, and you'll be letting go and rejecting things which do not comply with proper processes. So this would be the first steps toward remediation. You will be kind of not thinking about mindlessly expanding things, mindlessly creating a lot of goals and accomplishing them, but now you'll be very specific about what you're letting in your space. So that will be the first steps towards the remediation and damage control. The middle part of the year, which is like April, May, or May, June, is kind of through these experiences that you are going through in the fixing process, you will kind of realize that the importance of learning. Like when you start to do something, it's not good to have a complacent mindset, that everything to start a very big business and you are blindly focusing on expansion goals. Now is the time you are appreciating and understanding the importance of learning things, to build a strong foundation and start and erect a business on that. So there is a lot of introspection and self education that you are doing on yourself to optimize and solidify the business that you are. I think a part of the business, like which you mindlessly expanded, you might have to chop off or let go certain segments which didn't have a very, firm base, which were not meaningful in the longer run. Because, see, what is coming to my mind is the Aurangzeb's empire. There was a Mughal emperor who mindlessly, like he conquered all the territories of India, but they were very poorly mismanaged. His goals were, focused entirely on conquering the entire nation, but he didn't manage the territories he conquered properly, which led to the decline of the Mughal empire in India. So that is something that I'm telling you. Mind you are not towards decline, but you will see like whatever you have captured, is it even manageable or not? If it is non-manageable, I think there are certain parts you are letting go and focusing only on some core parts of your business, which are very strong and like fruitful in the longer run, which you can maintain. And then when you've solidified those core components of your business or studies, then you'll start expanding and enriching it thoughtfully. So this will be the period of introspection of all the mistakes that you have done in past, journaling them, studying them, and remediating them through education. The phase of this life is introspection, and that you are best able to assimilate knowledge when you feel the need of it. Just like when you are hungry, the food is best digested by your body. Now you have reached that time where you know what knowledge you want, and you will be acquiring it, learning it, like comparing it with the mistakes that you have done in past, and then remediating and fixing things. Approximately the entire year there is a realization happening, like you're going through two primary realizations: that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So the need for like balance in life in terms of pleasuring yourself emotionally through celebrations, parties, or anything like which keeps your battery recharged, maybe through retreats, you'll be understanding the importance of it, that how important these things are. It's not the game of mind all the time. You have to use your mind to conquer, you have to use the mind to secure things and do work and everything. Or maybe like you will understand that how important it is for your subordinates to have leisure time, having like fun at their workplace or something. You'll be understanding the importance of that. Plus you will also realize that it is not good to emotionally open yourself to people whom, like who are not supposed to be within your what you say. I would like to explain it as like you need to learn how to keep personal and professional life aside. You cannot open up your heart to every alliance that comes to you. Like you realized in the earlier part of the year, like you had allied with scamful collaborators, or maybe you brought in certain employees under you which weren't good for you, right? So you will be learning that how to that opening up and not opening, like whom to talk what thing to, and whom not to talk what thing to. That is what you're learning in this part of the year. And also you are like you are also appreciating the importance of the people who really care for you. You shouldn't take them for granted, but you should give them the liberty to celebrate, and celebrate with them, open up with them. So it's also a time of segregating your well wishers versus the neutrals, where you just do work as a transaction and there is nothing opening up with them emotionally, versus like the people who are toxic to open up with, and you are letting them go. This time it's the very right time to kick them out of your life. So this is approximately, if we speak of the emotional scale, this is what is happening with you. And also there are you are realizing that there are some security loopholes in your system. I mean, some there is a compromise of information, like information is not secure. There are certain loopholes which is exposing your secrets or maybe your plans outside, which is kind of giving you a competitive disadvantage, or which is leaking out your data. Or if you're a student, I mean, you're forgetting things which you're studying because your way of learning maybe, or way of making notes are not correct. So you will be making these corrections throughout this year. It won't be like throughout the year. I mean, the major chunk of it you'll resolve in the first part of the year, but there will be certain residues which you'll be fixing towards the end of the year. So this is the time of awakening and enlightenment about optimizing your processes. And also you are learning that it is not good to share your ideas and plans with others before they're fruitified, right? So you need to understand that when to reveal some plan to someone and when not, because like when you're telling the moves that you're taking in future towards the towards everyone, so I mean they know how to do things, like they can take advantage of that. So it's a very like a very serious advice that I would like to give you is that do not think of any expansion this year. Right. Just focus on consolidating what you have and securing it, because this is the time to secure before everything tumbles down. The quicker that you do, the better it is. I mean, there's nothing to fear. I'm not kind of giving you anxiety or something, but be mindful of things. Like, you can reduce your burdens by cutting down your expansion goals for the time being. I'm also hearing that it is very important to, like, be mindful about hackers and scammers. So these hackers and scammers could be like definitely when we say these terms, they apply to internet. If your business or anything that you have set up is going across the internet, I think it is important to invest in security, right? So if there are any security products or services that you can use to protect your content that is online, definitely go for it and secure it. This is the time to apply security, and I think it is also the right time to upgrade your technology. If you're using lower versions of something, it's you need to upgrade them to higher versions which are compliant with the present, because the current compliant software versions or any other processes that we follow in business, they might not be digital. They come with a security factor to them. The processes, like the frameworks that you use at work, they're optimized with every iteration they kind of progress in. So you need to kind of upgrade what you have already done. That is also a message for some people. And the scamming and the stealing thing also comes from like I think gossiping. So be very careful where you share your information to others, because I think there are certain forces around which are kind of gossiping and uh, sharing information to others, which at present might not feel very dangerous to you, but in the longer run it might be, right? So like securing what you have, I think, is very very important right now, especially your plans. And when it comes to security is very important. And audit everything, like even if you're in your relationships, career related relationships, especially be like very sure about the teachers you are following, the students that are around you, what are they doing, because directly or indirectly they might say something um, which might affect your subconscious level, and it might not look as something very serious, but that can be very decaying and depleting to your progress. Like let me think how to explain this in the later part of the reading, but it's a very very important time to make revisions about your like career related things where people are involved, collaborations, friendships are involved. Do not trust blindly in anyone. I spoke about recently that what example should I give you? Do not blindly trust what is being told to you. That is something important. And you definitely, I think, need to spend some time in contemplating on your friendships and your relations. See, indirectly, your friends might gossip about someone in a way that, like so and so person is doing this thing. But that not might be the case. That conversation could be very vague, which kind of, triggers you to think, think about that in a different way. For example, they in their group discussions, they might try to defame a potential alliance, which can be a good, delegation for you in the longer run. They might try to defame that person in some way through something which is like, completely out of context. So do not believe them. Whatever person is being spoken to, try to approach him personally, have a talk with him, and see what the truth is. So that is also one way, you will be able to expose the deception and corruption that is around you in terms of relationships and career. And also, like, when it comes to purchasing products, or the demand supply thing I'm talking of, in businesses that we have. So whatever you're purchasing from someone, the materials or everything, make sure you do a very optimized and strict audit of it, which you will be definitely doing in the initial part of the years. But it will be important to implement it, because maybe you have reached that point in your journey of your business or studies, which in which, people are kind of taking you for granted. And sometimes it becomes very difficult to, like, come out of that perception of other people, because many people, who are genuine, might have, they kind of might have judged you in a way, like you are friends with so and so people, so even you are like them. Your friend's circle is corrupt, which the genuine people already know, so you are also tagged as corrupt. Whereas the social circle of corrupt people already know your loopholes, so they will try their best to, like, kind of put you down. But that is the awakening, the shift. I'm referring to the hangman card, which you can see on the bottom line, the second last from the left. That is what you need to do. You need to kind of take control of things which I think you were depending upon others to get some information from. You need to do it on your own, and kind of just the quality of things that are happening. That audit is very, very important for you. And also, like, when you'll unfriend them, you'll remove those people from your life, so something very genuine is going to come to you. The end of the year will be more of, like, you successfully having learned all these things through the experiences, which were indeed bitter to some extent. You would have, like, understood the mechanics of how things need to be done, how they need to be planned, and you would have reached a point of, like, consolidation. There will be no leakage, everything will be firm, nothing will be lost, nothing will be insecure. And that will kind of, start turning the tables for you to have a more fruitful and uh, beneficial, the future of your career or your business. You will go through a positive shift after you fix all these flaws. So if I have to sum up, your entire year is about, reviewing your relationships, friendships, securing what you have, being very mindful about your delegations, revising your ways of doing things, upgrading, like some things which you have been doing with very obsolete processes. It's time to upgrade them. If you have been relying upon, for example, taking online payments, you were relying upon these payment gateway or cash, maybe it is time to switch to advanced technologies like Google Pay, right? When you are going to purchase things outside in the market, maybe it's the right time to, not rely upon the cash things, but do things from a better upgraded way, because that will certainly bring you certain benefits directly or indirectly. It's very important to stay upgraded, like, following the old processes which are like obsolete and which are being carried out, through old times. I mean, it's not a matter of honor to do things the old and traditional way. One must upgrade with time to advance further, because if you don't advance further, then there will be loopholes. And these technologies, these payment technologies that I'm talking of, they are well supported, and they also keep a check on corruption. You can blacklist someone if something is wrong, and like you never have to face that person again. But that wasn't possible when these technologies were not into place earlier. If I talk of this software called Truecaller, if you integrate your mobile phone with Truecaller, you come to know that where this phone is coming from, how many people have reported it as spam, corrupt, scam, right? So that is going to help you a lot in kind of making correct delegations for your work. That is what I mean by scam, what I was discussing earlier. So thank you very much for listening to the reading, and that was all from my side. Thank you for watching this video, and please do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. I'm also available for paid readings. Please do message me through the email address that is provided in my profile section, and we shall take it from there. Thank you very much.